A bright midday sun warms the quiet workshop tucked away at the edge of the bamboo forest. Then, David walks into the sanctuary of his workshop, ready to face the challenge of his craft. With deliberate care, he lifts the wooden ruler, testing his grip and focus on the task ahead. He begins to measure the cedar plank, marking the lines with a steady and practiced hand today. When the midday heat rises, he pauses for a moment, his eyes filled with quiet, unwavering resolve. As he reaches for the saw, every movement is refined, stripping away the echoes of past doubt. Rhythmically, the saw cuts through the cedar, filling the workshop with the honest scent of timber. Lately, the golden dust dances in the sunbeams, celebrating the small, hard-won victories of his work. By checking the edges, he ensures each piece meets the standard of his own high expectations. Once the pieces are ready, he aligns them with care, preparing the skeleton of the table. Deep in the quiet of the afternoon, he takes a moment to rest his tired, aching muscles. Through the open window, the swaying bamboo forest whispers stories of resilience and the passing seasons. Gradually, the table begins to take shape under his expert care and the persistent, rhythmic hammering. Each joint is tightened and secured, proving that strength lies in patience rather than pure force. He steps back to inspect his work, watching for the slightest wobble in the heavy structure. Carefully, he sands the base of the leg, correcting the imperfection with focused, repetitive, gentle motions. Once the surface is clean, the true color of the beautiful polished cedar begins to emerge. With focused precision, he places the heavy tabletop, completing the foundation of his final creation. A final turn of the screwdriver brings everything together, solidifying the strength of the finished piece. At last, the table stands tall and firm, a testament to his refusal to be broken. When the soft afternoon sun dips low, the warm amber light paints the workshop in gold. He sits in the quiet, watching the shadows stretch across the grain of the finished wood. Under the fading light, his tired hand rests, having carved a purpose out of simple wood. Slowly, he prepares the wooden cart, ensuring the table is secure for the journey to town. Out into the fresh air, he leads the cart forward, leaving the sanctuary of his workshop behind. The path to the village unfolds before him, lined with the soft green of summer fields. When the wind picks up, the birds sing in the trees, watching his progress with curiosity. Under the wide sky, he stops to catch his breath, his eyes fixed on the village ahead. Once more, he pushes onward, driven by the simple desire to show his work to others. Finally, the old village hall appears in the distance, waiting to receive his handcrafted gift. He enters the quiet grounds of the village hall, where the sun reflects on the tiled roof. With cautious care, he slides the table onto the stone ground, feeling the weight of the wood. Slowly, he drapes the cloth over the surface, transforming the simple wood into an inviting desk. When the dust is cleared away, the table shines, reflecting the pride he takes in his labor. Standing there in the quiet garden, he realizes that his journey was worth every drop of sweat. As the wind stirs the petals, the scene captures the peace of a day well spent. He tests the stability of his work one last time, feeling the firm resistance of the timber. Within his smile lies the quiet strength of someone who has chosen to walk his own path. Gradually, the sun begins to set, casting a warm orange glow over the village hall garden. Once the work is done, he turns to head home, his heart light and his mind peaceful. He looks back once, satisfied that the table will serve the village for many years ahead. By now, the light fades into twilight, leaving the table alone under the soft evening stars. Everything remains still, and the garden breathes in the cool air of the coming nighttime. A gentle song of crickets fills the air, echoing the serenity of this quiet village evening. Vast and dark, the sky stretches over the village, reflecting the peace within his own soul. After the final lock is turned, the hall settles into the deep silence of the night. Under the pale moonlight, the stone steps glisten, waiting for the people who come tomorrow. Close to the ground, the flowers rest, their colors muted by the soft, silvery lunar glow. When the world goes to sleep, the garden becomes a sanctuary of stillness and quiet wonder. Finally, the day fades away, leaving only the memory of the effort and the joy found. A fresh morning begins in the workshop as the mist lifts from the bamboo forest outside. Then, he steps into the workshop to begin his next small project with a calm heart. After yesterday, he selects a new piece of timber, feeling the smooth texture of the grain. As he measures, his movements are more fluid now, guided by the memory of his success. When the blade slides across, it peels away the rough edges, revealing the hidden beauty below. Gradually, the curls of wood pile up, a gentle reminder of the work he completes daily. One moment later, he pauses, taking a deep breath and feeling the quiet joy of productivity. By now, the sun climbs higher, illuminating the workshop with the warm light of midday. And so, he returns each tool to its place, keeping his workshop organized and peaceful. In the open air behind the shop, he enjoys the gentle breeze that flows through. When the birds pass overhead, he watches them, finding peace in their effortless, free flight. Meanwhile, he cares for the small garden, nurturing life in the quiet corner of his home. The sunlight makes the water droplets sparkle like gems upon the vibrant green, wet leaves. Once the gardening is done, he cleans his hands, feeling refreshed and ready for rest. So he finds a comfortable spot on the porch where the shade offers a cool retreat. When the wind moves through his hair, he feels the quiet pulse of the forest. From here, he looks out at the world, feeling content with his simple, honest way of living. Suddenly, a small cat appears, jumping up onto the porch to join him in the rest. As he pets the cat, the gentle purring creates a rhythm of companionship and absolute warmth. Lately, they sit there together in the fading afternoon, enjoying the silence of the forest. When the sun finally dips below the horizon, the evening colors begin to paint the sky. Then he stands up to head inside, as the evening chill settles over the quiet woods. After closing the heavy wooden door, he leaves the day's work behind for the long night. When the lamp flickers to life, a warm amber light fills the small space of home. By now, the workshop glows softly, sheltering him from the darkness of the mountain forest. In the quiet of the evening, he prepares a simple meal, focusing on the comforting steam. Once the rice is ready, the rising steam brings a sense of home and deep satisfaction. As he enjoys his meal, the simple flavors provide a nourishment that fills his tired soul. Gradually, he cleans his bowl, ensuring everything is ready for the work he does tomorrow. When the oil burns low, the flame dances, signaling the end of the long day's cycle. By now, the forest is quiet, and the darkness holds a deep, restful, calming sense of peace. After a productive day, he walks to his bed, feeling the weight of rest in his bones. Once he blows out the lamp, the darkness embraces the workshop in a soft velvet hold. And then, only the moonlight remains, shining down on the tools he used so well today. When the night air stirs, it carries the scent of cedar and the promise of tomorrow. Under the stillness of the night, the workshop rests, waiting for the return of the sun. By then, the bamboo leaves rustle softly, lulling the entire forest into a deep, dreamless sleep. As the stars twinkle above, the world seems endless and filled with quiet, hidden possibilities. Before sleep fully claims him, David studies the table in his memory, seeing each measurement as a lesson in patience. He remembers the first uneven boards he once ruined, and he quietly forgives the clumsy hands that had taught him. The workshop no longer feels like a place of pressure. It has become a gentle room where mistakes can turn into wisdom. On the shelf, old sketches curl at the corners, holding traces of every idea that slowly brought him to this day. He places one hand on the workbench, grateful for the nicks and scars left by years of honest effort and learning. Outside, the bamboo sways again, reminding him that strength is not stiffness, but the ability to bend without breaking. The cat opens one sleepy eye, as if guarding the little home with the calm seriousness of a tiny forest spirit. David smiles at the quiet companion, understanding that even silence can become friendship when two lives share the same roof. Near the window, the unused cedar scraps wait patiently, promising shelves, stools, and small repairs for future mornings. He thinks of the villagers gathering around the new table, signing papers, sharing tea, and resting their elbows on its surface. That thought fills him with humble pride, because the table is no longer merely wood, but a service to others. Long ago, he feared that his hands were too ordinary to leave anything meaningful behind in the world. Now each smooth edge proves quiet hands can build lasting comfort. The lamp gives a final flutter, and the shadows of his tools stretch across the wall like loyal old friends. He whispers a quiet promise to return tomorrow with the same calm heart, the same patience, and the same careful respect. Through the window, moonlight settles on the workbench, silvering the sawdust and softening every mark of the long day. The scent of cedar remains in the room like a gentle memory, warm enough to keep the night from feeling lonely. In the village hall, far away, the finished table rests under starlight, waiting for footsteps, voices, and morning purpose. Somewhere between the workshop and the hall, David's effort has become part of the village's unseen foundation. That realization brings him peace deeper than praise, because true craft lives quietly in the usefulness it gives to others. At last, his breathing slows, and the small room becomes as still as the sleeping forest surrounding it. The night holds every tool, every lesson, and every dream carefully, as if protecting a seed beneath dark soil. Finally, the night settles fully, leaving behind the warmth of a life lived with purpose. And here, in the quiet dark, the story finds its perfect, peaceful, and gentle conclusion.